Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, guys. This is week number 3 of building the Battle of Crait in Lego, inspired from Battlefront 2, guys. And as you guys can see here, this is probably going to be one of the more exciting and one of the more efficient and productive segments, guys. First and foremost, Scarif is completely gone, as you guys can tell. Scarif was pretty much only on these few base plates right here, so what I did was I just kind of chucked it literally in a garbage can or in a garbage bag, and then I'm going to part it out later. There's parts behind me for Scarif, but anyways, I really just wanted to get the base plates because obviously you guys can see we have a pretty nice, decent layout of how this MOC is going to look. Now, there's a lot to talk about in this video, guys, but first and foremost, there was a slight change in the plans. This is the one that I had before, and as you guys can see here on the right, it's supposed to be the cave, or not the cave, but the base. On the right, it's supposed to be the base, and then the ATM-6 is supposed to be on this side, but obviously, I just kind of switched it around. So this is the base. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the height of the base and what I planned, but anyways, pretty much the whole thing is just like switched around. Pretty much, guys, the ATM-6s, obviously I have an AT-AT here. It's not going to be in the MOC, but I think the ATM-6, the Gorilla Walker, Lego set is actually pretty accurate to what that looks like, or at least height-wise. So I'm just having that there just for like a little bit of trying to get a little bit of a scale of the MOC. But obviously the ATM-6 is going to be here. And then we do have the little natural trenches here, which I'm going to get into a little bit there and there. But overall, guys, I'm really happy with how I was able to take down Scarif and start at least making a very bit of like a simple layout for the MOC. This episode is definitely going to give us a really good idea of how this MOC is going to turn out. So I hope you guys do like it and enjoy the video. Without further ado, let's jump on in some of the really main aspects of this actual segment, guys. So first off, by the title of this video, I made the MOC modular. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, this is not really a lot of progress, but I guarantee you that if you ever built a similar size MOC or a big MOC, we have to raise the ground to 5 high plus a plate. It takes a very long time. I would say I probably spent about 9 hours of the past, I would say maybe 3 days, just simply doing all of this right here. I did have to do a little prototyping and some redesign. It was a lot of trial and error, but I think I finally found a method that I'm really happy with. So let's actually talk a little bit about this thing. I'm going to put you guys down and we're going to talk a little bit about how this thing is modular. First off, guys, what does it mean to be modular? Modularity is pretty much the thing that I actually failed to do on my Scarif and Hoth MOC. Pretty much what I did with my Scarif and Hoth MOC was I failed to make it separable. I failed to make it easily separable, meaning I wasn't able to take it apart easily and transport it. Now, the thing that I did with this MOC, which I really am happy about, is I made each piece separable. As you guys can see here, there's some little pieces on like here and here, and basically these connect the actual plates. So if I can scroll down here, all I have to do is take this apart like this, and boom, it's automatically separated, and you can literally take this plate if you want to separate this more. All you have to do is that, and then pretty much you could just take this whole plate, you could pick it up and move it somewhere else. Obviously, it's still connected. I'm not going to take it apart completely, but that's the idea I kind of had with this MOC. I wanted to make it modular so it would be really easy for me to pick it up and move it, especially for taking it to conventions. So now, what I did do with this was I made it 5 bricks high, like I said. I didn't do this to copy David or anything like that. I'm sure I'm going to get a few comments saying that I'm copying David, but pretty much I think that 5 bricks high is the perfect height. Pretty much if I did 6, I'd be using way too many bricks, and 4 wasn't enough because I do have a plan where I want to connect this trench and the bigger trench that I do have here. But pretty much everything in here, these little cutouts right here is where I plan on making the trench. If I could show you the plans here. So this is this trench right here. This little cutout here, this spans into 2 different separate plates. Like right here, you can see the pretty fine line of division, but pretty much this trench right here is going to be here. I'm going to be doing a similar technique over there. I just have to do the base plate, obviously, but this is probably the area where I'm going to put the trench. And likewise, guys, this is the area where I do have those like natural trenches. Obviously, there's a few different messy pieces here. This is just some prototyping stuff, but pretty much what I do plan on doing is having these little arch pieces right here. I think these are going to be really helpful in making it look natural and look kind of realistic. So I think these are going to come in really handy. I am waiting for an order from the Czech Republic. Hopefully I'm going to get that this week. I'm going to really be able to bang out a lot of progress of the trenches. But that's when I do plan on having like the stairs or the slopes leading up to it. This is like the entrance, so the slopes are going to lead up to this part right here. And then likewise on this side, the slopes are going to lead up to that part right here. So it's going to look like a really natural kind of curve to the trench. And likewise, guys, over here, if I can move the AT-AT, it's a very similar design over here. I do pardon for the lack of light in this corner, but pretty much the same thing. I'm going to have slopes leading up to over there. I'm also going to have a slopes leading up to here and leading up to here. So it's going to look really natural. It's going to look like nice and curved, nice and realistic. So that's kind of the plan with that. Honestly, once I get that package from the Czech Republic, it has a whole bunch of pieces that I can use for the trenches and stuff like that. So hopefully that's going to be banged out next week, or if not the latest, the following. And then obviously we do have these trench areas like here. Like I said before, I'm cutting a piece out because I want to work from the trench up. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out areas for the entire MOC of where the trench is going to be. So if I could show you the plans actually really quick. So this is like a little bit of a curved trench. All I did was move this forward a little bit. So we'll take a diagonal line and then a parallel line across the plate and then diagonal line back. And I'm thinking that that diagonal line is going to start from here. It's going to go right in front of this part right here. It's going to cut parallel straight all the way in front of that and the same diagonal back. And I think that's going to be where that trench is. And what I'm waiting for is that Czech Republic package because it has a whole bunch of 1x2s. And I can start to outline the actual trench and then I can start building around it, like finishing all these plates right here for that around it. Again, I do plan on adding all of the turrets and stuff like that. I obviously have to downscale it to make it look to scale with the AT-M6 or the AT-AT just for our purposes today. But I think this is coming along quite well. I'm going to try and give you a little bit of overhead view. I think this MOC is starting to look pretty well. You guys can kind of see the outline of all the kind of stuff. I can't even fit it on a frame actually, but like I said before, the 2 natural trenches are there and there. We're going to have 2 of the same trenches, man-made trenches there and there. That kind of curved, diagonal, parallel, and then curved trench right there. The next thing I want to talk about is the actual base itself. Now, pardon this thing, this is actually just a humidifier to help with dust and kind of the room, hopefully prevent dust and stuff like that. This is what I am planning for the actual base. Now, this is just the height I put. I'm not sure if this is going to be a height I'm going to use for the actual base. I'm going to try and get a point of view shot from like down here. So this is like, I guess, the minifigure height, and that's where it's going to be. I'm trying to find a way that I can give you guys a good angle for this because it is a little dark in my room. I do apologize, but here on the ground is where I outlined a little bit of the gate. Obviously, it's not like perfectly symmetrical and semicircular, but pretty much what I plan on doing is getting a whole bunch of plates and slanting them up like this to try and create that circular little design that the base is known for. I don't know the exact height of what these are at right here, but it's pretty high. I would say it's almost about another half size of that. It's probably a little bit more than half size of that up. So it's going to look to scale. It's going to look good. Again, this is going to be the wall. And then here, guys, is where I do plan on starting the rocks. These are not the pieces by any means I'm going to be using, but these are just pieces I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an idea as to where the rock formations are going to be. I might push this back a little bit, maybe parallel to this piece right here, just to give a little more room for the base and for like, and I'm sorry, not the base, but the actual trenches and like all that stuff right here, because the main focal point of this MOC is definitely going to be the trenches and all that kind of stuff, so I'd make sure I want to have enough pieces for that. So next, guys, I want to talk a little bit about the actual modularity, how I made it modular for those who are wondering. Like I said before, I have these little pieces over here, and pretty much under all these right here is a Technic brick right there. You could fit pins in, and all you have to do is make the same thing on the same size and the same side as the next plate, and you can connect it like that. But let's actually dive in a little bit here. I'll show you the kind of format that I'm using. Here is kind of what I'm doing. I'm building a whole bunch of columns that are 5 bricks high, and then pretty much all I do is I put these plates on it like so, and it's really easy to put on. It's very sturdy. I'm pushing down like really hard right now, and it's not going to move at all. There's a little crack here, but that's just because I didn't push them. I'm not too worried about that. The connection between the modular plates is going to be a lot sturdier. Right now, I just have one Technic pin connecting them, but that's just because it's just the design period, I guess you could say, of me actually building the MOC, because I'm moving it around a lot, so I don't want to connect it like sturdily just yet, because I'm, like I said before, a lot of prototyping and stuff like that. I am a little bit upset because I wanted that Czech Republic order, because I really could have actually designed the entire trench for you guys to see, but I don't have the pieces for that just yet. Speaking of pieces, we might have a problem. As you guys can see here, I've probably only done about a little less than 50% of the MOC, 6 base plates, and then 6 base plates over here. The thing about the base is I don't have to layer the entire thing with these white plates, which is good. But a little bit of a problem we have, guys, is I'm actually running low on a few pieces. This is the creative box here. I used a whole bunch of pieces to try and get the support foundation for that. And then these 2 bins here, there's one under it, like right here, and I used a whole bunch of pieces to make these 5 brick support columns. And I also am running dangerously low on these plates. I probably only have enough to finish 1 more base plate, so I'm gonna have to put another order for that. Then we do have some minor pieces here, like some red plates, and then a whole bunch of white bricks here to kind of get a little bit of an idea. But in terms of support bricks, I'm hoping that both the creative box here and then also the XL creative box, hopefully that's going to be enough to finish at least 2 or 3 more modular plates. And then hopefully I'm going to order some more pieces, hopefully get enough money to order some more pieces for that. So I think all the pieces you guys see here on my bed, this should last us at least another week in terms of segment updates. I am kind of waiting on some money right now, so it's going to be, it might be a little bit delayed. Hopefully not. I'm going to work really hard. I still have to build this Octo set. I'm actually kind of excited about that. But yeah, so this is the piece situation right now. Again, we do have enough plates, I think, to finish one more modular build, and we do have enough support bricks to do one more, but I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. I'm not going to worry about it too much, but that's kind of the piece situation, kind of like the update. I do have some more pieces over here too, but these are not really useful for what I'm doing right now. These are going to be used for the actual flooring techniques, but I don't need those right now per se. All these pieces right here are all scarif pieces, so really I can't use anything too much in terms of the pieces over here. I'm hoping that these pieces will hold us over for at least 2 weeks or so. So that's kind of the update about the piece situation, and you guys are probably going to see a lot more hauls coming in the future. Guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you all enjoyed, guys. Definitely let me know down below what you're thinking of this mock right now. I think this is a pretty good idea, guys. By next week, hopefully if I get that Czech Republic package, we're going to get a really detailed outline of the entire mock, what it's going to look like and everything, guys. I just really want to quickly tell you the order of how I'm going to build things. So first, I'm going to focus on the trenches. I'm going to finalize the trenches before I even start building anything above it. I'm going to hopefully do at least 1 or 2 more of these modular base plates by next week. I'm probably going to have to order a few more pieces for that. I'm going to work on the base thing next, and then I'm also going to work on the mountains the very last, because pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the actual base. I'm going to slide it in there. I'm going to build mountains around it. It's probably going to be the easiest way and the most efficient way to do it. I also do have a few ATM 6s coming in some eBay orders and even some Lego orders, so I'm probably going to get 2 of them just because I'm trying to be accurate to the Battlefront 2 game mode, like I said before. Guys, definitely let me know what you guys are thinking of this mock. I think this week gives us a pretty good idea of what this is going to end up looking like. Like I said before, really quickly, these are going to be the natural trenches. Next week, I'm going to try and get some pictures, like some screen grabs, and print them up for you so you guys can physically see them. But these are going to be the 2 natural forming trenches right here, similar, pretty much just kind of copy and paste this modular plate over there. And that's going to be the 2 natural man-made trenches. If you can, guys, follow my finger in which I outline it. So this is going to be like the diagonal trench, the parallel trench, and then all the way over there is going to be the parallel trench again. And then obviously we have the base and stuff like that. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, guys. The feedback on the Crait segments have been incredible. I think I've gotten more views on my 2 Crait episodes so far than the entire Building Scarif series. So I really do think that you guys are enjoying this. Guys, any constructive criticism, any thoughts to make this mock better, I'm always open for. I am going to plan on getting some better lighting. I know the shadows are really bad and the lighting might be bad in some spaces, but the way my room's set up doesn't allow me for a lot of lighting, so I'm going to try and get some better lights, hopefully, and maybe get some like better lights actually up on the ceiling and stuff like that. So I do want to apologize for the lack of lighting, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned for week number 4 of Building Crait coming out next Saturday, guys. Weekly segments every Saturday about Crait and haul videos throughout the week. I do plan on reviewing a few different sets. I did actually build the First Order ATST right over there. And then, like I said before, like I showed you actually, I do have the Octo set to build and review. And then I plan on making an entire 2018 Winter Star Wars collection video and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoyed. A lot of good stuff coming up on the channel. Definitely like the video, like and share, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.